Hello, hello. Hello, hello. Hello, it's me, Kira. Hello, it's me, Kira. Alright. Hello, hello, all. It's me, Kira, and we have a very special treat for you today. Um, just changing something, sorry. Huh, well, that works. Um, we are going to be playing a new game, as you can tell. We're going to be playing Sons of the Forest. So, yeah, we're gonna not get too scared, to be honest with you. Because after last night, I did not sleep. I forgot to sleep. I slept for 3 hours. So, as always, that reminds me. I have some new emotes, so make sure you check them out. Um, so there's that one. See, hello. The others are getting processed. So, with that being said, without further ado, dear Lord, wish me luck. How was everyone's day? I hope you guys had a really good day. Honestly. That's great. All right. Well, like I said, wish me luck. New game. Where should we start? Chat, what should we do? Should we start on peaceful or normal? Let's start on peaceful. What'd you guys all have for dinner? Hotkeys. Ooh, they could be assigned. Um, um, da-da? Or, no, wait, hold on. Shit. I mean, crap. Mmm. Duh? Duh? Da-da. Duh? Da-da. Duh? Why? I don't like that. I really don't like it when it does. I gotta seriously fix that. I'm sorry. 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 I gotta seriously fix that. Okay. Hopefully that fixed it. No guarantees. Hey, Alia. How are you? Yeah, I know, okay, I'm not the best with this kind of stuff. So, cut me a little slack. I was actually trying to get a PNG to work today, but it kept... Leah. Alia? Is it Alia? Alright. Oh! Oh, did you see? I have emotes now. Allah. I think. I'm sorry. You can yell at me over voice chat later. How's that? Okay. Well, now I'm gonna be super worried about it. D. 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 E. Fight demons. What the heck? I know, okay. Oh gosh, what is going on with, hold on. That. Why is you not working? Da 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 da. Da 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 da. Yes, I am a tech. Sorry, I had to.
Now, who invited you here?
Why is that look Asian? Sorry, I was fixing something. My model was not working. It done died. So, with that being said, I have fixed it now. Because I am the tech master and wizard. I mean, not really. Let's be honest, I do not understand technology. Even though I was, like, raised with it. Anywho, how was your day? We must praise the Omnissiah. My day was good. It was a little hectic, I'm not gonna lie. Work was interesting. I was telling Grief this earlier. Drugs, yes, lots of drugs. I was telling Grief this. What am I doing? U W E R T A C I. Oh. Yes, rock. Okay, sorry. I'm focusing. Okay, I feel like we need to get off this mountain. Anyways, I was working on a tool today that's like 40 years old, and it did not want to cooperate. We had to use a come along. And to get this thing to move, like, we're talking, there's several tons on there. Da da da. Hey. Yes. Very brain dead. Very brain dead. Kind of like me after a night of drinking. What? I don't do that. Okay. Oh. Am I talking? Can you not hear me? Hello, can you hear me? Can you hear me now? I was talking. Oh, I don't like this. Oh my gosh. Alia. Really? It's okay. I do that all the time too. Okay. Okay, first things first. We probably need to get down from the mountain. Right? Yeah? No? I don't know if I believe you. I. Well, I mean, again, a vulture is probably not the most trusting bird on the planet. Um, so there's that. Oh my god, my guy. What are you... No, I don't think you're gullible. I just... What? Okay, you know what? Screw this. I was trying to make a bridge, and that didn't work. I don't think you're gullible, Alia. I just think that you're young and impressionable. Yeah. Also, how'd the rest of your guys' stream go? Dude, don't even get me started on wet socks. Okay, and I'm about the same. I mean, I am... Of course. I know, I saw. Super exciting. Super duper lucky, too. But he also puts in, like, a crap ton more work than, like, me. I mean, even now. I think he went to bed. I don't know. Oh, movie. She really does. Oh, there he is. I mean, don't bother her too much, okay? She needs her rest, because I know that she was editing videos. And I don't know how she does that, to be honest with you. She is, in fact, awake. Okay, well... Ooh, piece of candy. Ooh, piece of candy. I have a new follower. Who's following me? Well, regardless... She is amazing. Oh, you're stalking me? Well, I am, in fact, a wolf, so I am pretty hard to stalk. So, good luck. Technically a genetically modified wolf, but... Then you only... Oh, wait. Grief. I mean, we should probably let her sleep, right? Like I said, I don't know how they do all those videos. I'm like struggling over here just for like TikTok. Hellhound. I was a hellhound once. Surprisingly. Then I changed it. Now I'm just a genetically modified wolf girl that has a very much sinister side. I know. I don't get it. I'm over here struggling with my audio and like a microphone. They're like, oh yeah, I'm just editing a 4-hour video down into an hour. And it's like, holy smokes. Oh, nice. I don't know how you did that. I need to figure that out. Did I just... What just happened? Oh. Oh. I need to figure out how to do all that stuff. Oh, this is not going to go well. Huh, that can't be good. Oh well. Now how do we get down there? Uh-huh. What was that? I'm probably going to end up killing myself, but just by walking off a cliff, I'm not going to lie. Okay, you joke about that, but like, I actually do that in real life. Oh. Music. New save. I mean, don't tempt me with a good time, darling. I'd love to consume the corpses. Hey, what do you know? Huh. Let's... I want to tell him... that one. He really just doesn't look okay. C4? That is horrible. Ooh, yay! You're using them! That is despicably horrible. Probably gonna die of dysentery. Yes, emotes. Was I? Get out of my way, dude. Well, I'm also playing on peaceful. Yes, totally fair. But I'm really just trying to get a grasp for this game because I'm gonna play it on like normal on Halloween because I don't know what I'm doing. Oopsie. I mean, kinda. It's a real stream. I just, you know. Where'd he go? Ooh, blueberry. What the? Get back here. Get back here. Let me eat you. I know. It's bull crap. I do miss a good prey. So you had a good day other than... I have a stick. You made a cake? You didn't tell me that you were a baker? Oh, it's your job? That's really cool. I didn't know that. Do you enjoy what you do? Oh, good job. Nice. That's awesome. Okay, how do I place things? Ooh, that sounds amazing. Not gonna lie. I was ironically supposed to have a date this well, still 80-20 is a good spread. Ooh, that sounds amazing. Oh, hi. OMG, I didn't even see you. That makes me a bad host. Yeah, okay. We're gonna call that good. And we're gonna play some Helldivers because you know what? I like that game, and that game is fun to me. What? Slay girly. What? Oh, so I multi-stream. So yeah, I did not see the messages on YouTube, and that makes me really horrible. I really don't like that. Yes. Anywho, I was supposed to have a date this Saturday, but I canceled it because this person wanted to come over at like 9 o'clock at night, and I'm like, yo, I work. I start work at freaking 5:30 in the morning. Yeah, I don't know how to do that, so I just have the tab open.
Super Earth, our home.
And I feel really
Prosperity.
horrible now.
Liberty,
Hi there.
democracy, our way of life.
Oh, hello.
Oh, yeah.
But
That being said, I don't know. I might just switch to YouTube. I like YouTube a lot more. Let's see who's online. Who can? Oh, no one. Darn. That being said, time to buy some things. No, we're not gonna buy anything. You know why? We need to save up for that. Anywho. That being said, is my audio coming across okay? I also know I'm not doing. No, I don't want to do that. No, I don't.
Where will you strike,
Why?
Helldiver?
We're just gonna do that because I don't really
Mission
know
coordinates
in
lost.
case.
Hellpods primed.
Yeah, I need to figure
Orbital
that out.
thrusters.
I need to figure out how to make it not reverby. Because I don't know how to do that.
Announcement system test. Freedom.
That being said, yeah. Anywho, so this person wanted to come over at 9 o'clock at night. Like, no. I usually wake up at 3:30.
Objective,
I'd like
near
to
your
get
position.
some form of sleep. I had to reschedule.
Route these fascists from their caves.
Requesting advanced weaponry. Marking location. East. Never mind. Calling down a sentry.
Deploying sentry.
Calling down a sentry. Watch this, watch this. I feel like I should probably help them.
Marking location.
No, I don't want cheap viewers. Please stop with that. That is so annoying. Like, oh my god. Agreed. Begons.
Allied destroyer leaving squadron.
Oh. Really? Alright, thank you for stopping by. It means a lot, seriously. Have a great night, okay?
Freedom requires firepower.
Well, chat. Bye. I shall. Thank you, hun. It means a lot.
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
Da 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 da. Watch this. Ha 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 ha.
Allied destroyer joining squadron, deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Requesting sentry.
Deploying sentry.
Tracking map. North 100.
Oopsie. Okay, come on, load it, load it, load it, load it.
Calling down a support weapon.
Oh, I should probably change that. There we go.
Main objective
Ba
nearby.
ba 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 ba.
Follow me!
Samples collected.
Objective completed.
Aw, yeah.
Fire in the hole.
Objective critical stratagem available.
So, everyone, how is
Objective critical
everyone's night?
stratagem no longer available.
Requesting objective equipment.
Prosperity!
Of course, of course.
Bags empty.
Liberty dispensed. Terminate outpost purged.
How? Oh, of course.
Reinforcing.
Dropping a pin, southeast, 200 meters. Calling down support weapons.
You know what? Where is... That's not good.
Bugs. South.
Requesting orbital.
Engaging orbital laser.
Yeah. Keep it going.
Requesting orbital.
Objective critical stratagem available. Objective critical stratagem no longer available.
Get away from the drill.
Requesting sentry.
You have accomplished liberty.
Follow me!
Extract at your discretion.
Another diver for the cause.
Bug outpost spotted. Exterminate.
Mission at 20 minutes remaining.
How about a nice cup of liberty? You man.
Outpost destroyed.
I need stamps!
Reload. One life for Super Earth. Fire in the hole. Last reload. Out of ammo! Good for democracy. Reinforcing.
Request approved. Deploying reinforcements.
Join the fray.
Tagging map. West. Far. Reloading.
New mag.
Da. Oh yeah. That can't be good.
I've got the package.
Calling down a sentry.
You may proceed to
Guard
extraction
tunnel
when ready.
breach!
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound. ETA T-minus 2 minutes.
Calling down support weapon. Calling down supply.
ETA T-minus 1 minute 30 seconds.
Whoopsie.
ETA T-minus 1 minute. Deploying sentry. ETA T-minus 30 seconds. ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds.
Hello to democracy.
Pelican 1 approaching pickup.
Orbital inbound.
Engaging orbital laser.
Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
Reinforcement budget depleted.
Oh yeah.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
No matter how dark the cave or how thick the glue, tyranny cannot hide.
What do you guys think? Should we do another round? Or should we... What do you guys think we should do?
Mission complete. Sample collection below average.
Alcubierre drive calibration complete.
Just checking my socials real quick. "32 followers. That's impressive, guys. I mean, obviously, we should do more and all that. But thank you to my one viewer or two viewers.
One shudders to envisage what repulsive larvae gestates within the glue as we speak.
Hello, hello.
Our city burns. We must rescue it.
Defending the planet.
Initiating FTL jump to the Crimsica system.
I'm thinking after these missions, I'm gonna do some more storyboarding for my novel. If you guys are up for it,
Hellpods Prime.
just let me know, okay? So that laser is kind of like the oh crap.
grabbing a pin.
Deploying sentry. Democracy delivered.
That is why we bring the gas.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
Bada bing, bada boom.
Found something.
Firing orbital laser. Outpost destroyed.
That's why I like the laser.
Sending down sentry.
I'll be right back. Alright. I'm back. I am back. Sorry, I have an Amazon delivery coming. This is just way too much fun. I do have to do the main objective.
Tagging map.
see if anyone is out there.
Sending out an SOS.
Wants to come join.
There's something here.
Deploying sentry.
Da 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 da. That is why we bring that. I use some ammo.
Sub-objective in your vicinity. Objective critical stratagem available. Orbital barrage incoming. Stand clear. Objective critical stratagem no longer available.
Not today!
Gosh darn it. That's right.
Deploying sentry. Objective critical stratagem available. Sending down equipment package. Mission at 30 minutes remaining. Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Da da.
Dropping package.
Calling down support weapon.
I need ammo.
Requesting tac pack.
I'm on the terminal.
Mission is progressing.
Dropping a pin. North, 100 meters.
Hi, Leica. Or, thank you, Leica, I should say.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area.
Hi, Haguma. I think that's how you say your name. I'm sorry if I say it wrong. How are you doing? How was like the stream, by
Allied
the way?
destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure I'm pronouncing it because I suck at pronouncing names. So we got killed a lot. Hi, Lego.
Destroyed.
Yeah, that game sure looks interesting. I got a new game today. It is Children of the Woods, I think. So tomorrow, hopefully, I'll be playing that. But what's going on? And that is why we bring this. Okay, come on, hurry up. There we go. Yeah, of course, thank you. Hey, anything to support a fellow streamer. Rad.
Throwing supply beacon. I do like to taste freedom. Tagging map. West. Far.
If you guys have any suggestions or anything like that, just let me know. Okay? And I shall do my best to accommodate. Lark. Make sure you check out the new emotes that I uploaded. I think they all uploaded. Yeah. So, thanks again for joining in. I'm Kira. After these couple missions, we're going to be reading some from my book that I've been, or light novel that I've been writing. Light novel series, I should say. So.
I got the turn.
Da 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 da. E. I swear I know.
Allied
these
destroyer
right.
joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Calling down the sentry.
Sending down sentry.
How'd you like to take
5
some
viewers. This is
freedom?
the most amount of viewers I've had in like
Requesting advanced weaponry.
actually ever, really, ever. So, also, if you guys don't know, we're trying to get to 40 followers. I promise I will be I'm setting up my Discord server, attempting to. I'm not the best with technology, so please forgive. Please, please, please. And if you're wondering, I do a voice, but my voice hurts. So I'm not doing my normal voice today. Well, this is my normal voice, but my streaming voice, I should say. Also, I'm hopefully I'm getting a new webcam, so I'm hoping that will fix the bitrate stability. Payday.
How'd you like to taste the freedom? New mag.
That's like from Konosuba.
Allied destroyer leaving squadron.
Oh, that's cool. I don't want to hear you here anyways. Close.
How'd you like the taste of freedom? Get some! Get some!
Deploying sentry.
Bada bing, bada boom. So, how was everyone's day?
You've done your duty. You may extract with honor.
I forgot how long these missions take sometimes. Riot Sniper 115 has joined the mission. Guess he couldn't find no one else.
Orbital inbound.
Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area. Allied destroyer joining squadron. Deploying Helldiver to combat zone.
Yep.
Outpost destroyed.
Dropping a pin. South of the bar.
I wish I
Extraction is available.
jump back. This is the only problem with this game is that it's not hard. It's not easy. I mean, it's easy to get around, but it's not easy to get around.
Mission at 20 minutes remaining.
Have a taste of democracy.
Aw, yeah.
Say hello to democracy! Bug tunnel breach!
New mag.
Requesting
Firing orbital laser. Firing orbital barrage. Clear the area. Outpost cleared.
Alright, let's
Calling
get
down
out
a
of here.
walker.
Bugs, south. Bugs, south.
Say hello to
Bugs,
democracy.
south.
Calling in extraction.
Tagging location, southwest.
Extraction shuttle inbound.
Lock tunnel breach. Requesting orbital.
Freedom forever!
How'd you like the taste of freedom?
Too bad.
ETA, T-minus 1 minute and 30 seconds.
Requesting advanced weapons.
ETA, T-minus 1 minute.
Calling down supplies. Requesting sentry.
Sending down sentry. ETA, T-minus 30 seconds.
Say hello to
I would move.
ETA, T-minus 20 seconds. ETA, T-minus 10 seconds.
This is Pelican 1. I have visual on the extraction zone. This is Pelican 1, preparing for touchdown. Pelican 1 preparing to depart. Shuttle launch in 20 seconds.
Reinforcement budget depleted.
Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent. Today you've carved another foot in a long climb to liberty.
Ooh, my majesty. I'll be right back.
always good to have another hero on board.
I'm back.
No friendly fire incidents. Well done.
So, how's everyone's night?
Siege upon managed democracy.
Mission coordinates locked. Hellpod Prime. Engaging orbital thrusters.
So I got a new webcam. Which I will set up.
What about here?
Which I will have set up tomorrow. Hopefully that will fix the whole bit rate issue.
Today the light of liberty will grace the skies of this world once more.
Calling down a sentry.
Sending down sentry.
Tagging map. South, 100 meters.
Main objective near your position. Objective critical stratagem available.
Calling in an orbital strike.
Marking location. East.
Bomb tunnel breach.
Calling in orbital strike.
So, how's everyone's Thursday? Why are we lagging?
Marking location. East.
You've done your duty. You may extract with honor.
Nah, we ain't extracted.
Calling in orbital strike. Requesting sentry.
Requesting air support.
Engaging orbital laser. Outpost cleared.
Throwing supply beacon. Fire in the hole.
Found something.
Outpost cleared.
Dropping a pin. Southwest, 200 meters. Fire in the hole.
Alright, I think that works pretty
Extraction
well.
is available.
Found something!
Outpost destroyed.
Calling down a sentry!
Got a sample. That's cool.
Reloading. Calling in reinforcements. Calling down a sentry.
Sending down sentry. Firing gas strike.
Orbital inbound.
Engaging orbital laser.
Shut down close fire. Air system. Fire in the hole.
Outpost cleared.
Tagging man. Southeast. 100 meters.
Da-da-da. I do love this. I love this weapon so much. Well, especially when you're doing like these low runs.
Southeast, 100 meters.
Found something?
Mission at 30 minutes remaining.
Calling down a sentry.
Let's go see what's up here.
Calling down a sentry.
Found something!
For prosperity!
Extraction request confirmed. Shuttle inbound.
And that, ladies and gents, is how you make an entrance.
ETA T-minus 1 minute, 30 seconds. ETA T-minus 1 minute.
Calling in an orbital strike.
Firing gas strike. ETA T-minus 30 seconds.
Enemy patrol, southwest.
ETA T-minus 20 seconds. ETA T-minus 10 seconds. Clear landing zone. This is Pelican 1. have visual on the extraction zone.
Let's get off this planet.
Countdown initiated. Stand by for takeoff. Reinforcement budget depleted. Extraction complete. Pelican 1 beginning ascent.
Democracy prevails once more.
Alright, Space Cadets. We did it.
Allied destroyer coordinates received. Allied destroyer has left squadron.
Sacrifice the Normandy.
Alright. We're gonna switcheroonies. Because we are going to get rid of that. And hold on, gotta check the socials. Ah. Someone liked it. Yeah. All right. I shall. Hold on. Oopsie. Don't need that anymore. I forgot how much this room heats up. I swear I'm not dropping everything. Da-da. Huh. Woo, that actually worked. Huh. Neat. Okay, anywho, enough with me and playing with my new toy, which is a camera, before anyone gets froggy. Yeah. So, chapter 3 of Humanity's Hunger, as you can see. It is live on, where's that tab? Archive of Our Own. Make sure you all check it out. I know I've been really bad about posting recently, so, yeah, sorry about that. How is everyone doing tonight? Oh, I should probably check YouTube. Dum da dum dum. Dum da dum dum dum. Yeah. Okay. Let's be honest, I'm really just waiting for another couple minutes, but anywho, I can read. Did I finish the first chapter? I think I only finished the first chapter. Chat, do you guys remember? I think I only read the first chapter. Alright, we're going to read the second chapter. Chapter 2, The Road East. The forest thinned as they left the ruined town behind, giving way to a wide scar of broken asphalt. Once it had been a freeway, carrying endless streams of engines and voices. Now it was a graveyard. Trees had torn through the cracked pavement, their roots curling up like veins. Saplings sprouted from old cars rusted into the earth. Vines swallowed street signs, their letters unreadable. In places the road dipped into ponds where rainwater had gathered, reflecting only gray sky. The family moved carefully along its spine, packs swaying with each step. The man kept his axe within reach. The woman carried the boy's hand, though he often slipped free, darting ahead to poke at moss-covered guardrail or peer through a broken windshield of a convulsed truck. Kira walked a few paces behind. Her cloak hung low, hood shadowing her face. The fabric brushed the tips of her ears, but the twitch was hard to hide. She could feel them flick at every sound. The creak of branches, the caw of crows overhead. Her tail pressed uncomfortably against the heavy folds of cloth, swaying despite her effort to still it. The boy kept glancing back. Sometimes his gaze lingered too long, his brows furrowing as if he noticed the way her hood bulged, the way her cloak shifted at her back. Each time Kira lowered her head further, pretending indifference. The boy kept glancing back. No, sorry, I read that already. Hey, are you guys okay if you give me a little bit of feedback on something? I need to figure out. No, that. What's that one? No, I don't want. What is? No, anywho, I'll figure it out eventually. Sorry, I'm trying to figure out to not make my voice so, echoey. But that just might be the mic. Alright, moving on. The mother, wary but observant, noticed too. She said nothing, though her eyes carried questions she didn't dare voice. The father kept his silence as well. His grip on the axe handle seemed tighter whenever the boy drifted too close to her. The boy, however, was too young to keep suspicion sharp. Curiosity burned brighter. At one point he slowed his steps until he was beside her. He tilted his head, watching the hem of her hood. "Your ears move," he said simply. Kira froze, the The sound of crows overhead seemed louder in the pause that followed. Do they? Her voice was smooth, but her claws bit the wood of her scythe shaft where she gripped it. The boy nodded. Like a dog's, or a wolf's. His mother hissed his name, pulling him gently back toward her side. But he looked up at Kira again, one bear clutched in his small hand. Eyes wide with the innocence of a child asking about the obvious. Kira forced a small smile, the mask tugging at her lips. I am the ears of the forest, she said. Sometimes the old trees twitch when I hear too much. The boy seemed satisfied with that, nodding as though she'd explained some secret magic. His mother shot Kira a wary glance, but said nothing. The road stretched ahead, winding through a corridor of pines. The mountain loomed distant on the horizon, its peak ghostly in the pale light. Kira walked on, her mask intact, though her ears burned beneath the hood. The sun hung pale and cold above the trees when the family finally stopped. A rusted guardrail curved away into brush, where a trickle of water cut through the cracked asphalt, spilling down into a shallow creek. Moss clung to the edges of the broken road, softening the ruin. Birds perched on power lines sagging overhead, watching as the travelers set down their packs. The boy rushed to the stream first, kneeling to cup water into his hands. His mother caught up quickly, pulling him back with a stern shake of her head, and produced a small pot from her pack, filling it carefully before pouring it through a cloth filter. The man crouched beside them, scanning the tree line as he chewed dried strips of meat. Kira lingered at the edge, her cloak still drawn close. She hadn't sat with anyone in years, perhaps longer. Hunger gnawed faintly, but not for food. She forced it down, instead lowering herself into a fallen slab of road near the family. The boy glanced at her, grinning through chapped lips. You can sit closer. We don't bite. Kira blinked, a slow, measured tilt of her head. Neither do I, she said, letting the faintest trace of humor slip into her voice. The mother's eyes softened despite herself, though her hands still worked with careful precision. Dividing bread into 3 smaller pieces, after a long pause she extended one to Kira. Here, you saved my son, and since we were traveling together, it's only right. Kira hesitated, staring at the offering, her hands clawed sharp, wrong, curled in her lap before she reached out slowly. Wrapping the bread in her sleeve so her fingers would not be seen. She nodded once, a gesture stiff but genuine. Thank you. The boy shuffled closer, chewing noisily on his share. Between bites, he looked up at her. What's your name? Names had always been dangerous things. Too many people had once spoken hers in fear, in whispers, and curses. But the boy's question carried only innocence and curiosity. Kira, she said at last. The boy repeated it, tasting the syllables. Kira, he grinned. I'm Elias. She let the name settle in her chest, unfamiliar but warm. Elias, she echoed softly, as if committing it to memory. The man finally spoke, voice rough with caution. You said you were a wanderer? How long have you been alone? Kira's ears twitched beneath her hood. She let her gaze drift toward the broken freeway. the weeds swaying in the cold breeze. Her eyes softened as she tried to remember the last time she wasn't alone. Too long, she murmured. Then, forcing herself back into the mask, she added, long enough to know how to keep quiet, how to survive. The woman studied her. Sometimes something unspoken passed between them. Gratitude mixed with wariness? But the boy broke the silence again, smiling up at her, with crumbs stuck to his chin. Then you'll keep us safe, right? On the road. Kira froze, the bread heavy in her hand. The truth rose sharp in her throat, that she was no guardian, that everything she touched withered. But the boy's eyes were steady, trusting, waiting. She forced herself to smile, small and almost fragile. I'll try, she said. The boy seemed satisfied. He leaned against her cloak as if it was the most natural thing in the world. And for the first time in years, Kira chewed bread not for sustenance, but to pretend. To play at being human, if only for a fleeting moment on a ruined road. They ate in silence for a while. The only sounds were the rustle of wrappers, the soft rush of the stream, and the occasional caw of a crow overhead. The air was thin, crisp. It carried the smell of pine and rust. Kira found herself watching the boy. Elias had abandoned his bread halfway through to carve little scratches into his wooden bear with a pebble, humming softly as he worked. His mother fussed at him to finish eating, but he only grinned, taking a quick bite before returning to his project. Something in the scene stirred old echoes. A memory of small hands, of laughter that hadn't been meant for her, but had filled the air once all the same. Her claws tapped the wood of her scythe absently. Then she reached beneath her cloak. Her fingers closed around a small pendant strung on a leather cord. The metal was dulled from years of wear, a trinket scavenged long ago from ruins she no longer remembered. She had kept it not for its worth, but for its weight. The way it reminded her she was tethered to the world by something, however small. She turned it over in her palm once, twice. Then, slowly, she held it out. Elias. The boy looked up, curious. His mother stiffened, half reaching to stop him, but the boy was already leaning forward. Kira lowered the pendant into his hands. The metal was cool against his skin, etched faintly with a symbol worn smooth. A sunburst, perhaps? Or a flower? What is it? Elias asked, eyes wide. Kira's voice was soft, almost uncertain. A charm. For protection. The boy's small fingers closed around it, clutching it to his chest as though it were a treasure. You're giving it to me? Her ears twitched beneath her hood. Yes. His mother opened her mouth to protest, then stopped. Whatever unease she felt, it faltered under the sight of her son's joy. Elias slipped the cord over his head, the pendant settling awkwardly against his oversized coat. He held it up proudly for his parents to see. Look, Kira says it'll keep me safe. The father gave a guarded nod, eyes narrowing slightly at Kira. The woman exhaled, shoulders easing just a little. Elias looked back at Kira, smiling with a brightness that seemed out of place on such a ruined road. Thank you, I'll keep it forever. Kira looked away, the mask trembling for just an instant. She did not tell him that nothing she touched ever stayed safe for long. Instead, she simply said, "Then it will serve its purpose." And for a fleeting heartbeat, it felt almost true. By the time the sun began its slow descent, the room for a freeway had carried them into a stretch of forest where the trees leaned heavy over the road. Branches nodded above like a broken cathedral roof, their needles whispering in the wind. The family decided to camp near the shell of an old rest stop, little more than a concrete slab with weeds splitting its floor, but it offered some cover. They laid out blankets, gathered kindling, and coaxed a small fire to life. Its glow painted the cracked walls in amber, chasing back the long shadows of evening. Elias sat close to the flames, the pendant glinting faintly at his chest as he showed his wooden bear its new home. His parents spoke in hushed tones, rationing food, marking their course eastward on a scrap of faded map. And Kira drifted at the edges. She paced the perimeter of their camp, boots crunching softly on damp leaves. Her ears twitched beneath her hood at every sound. A snapping twig, a crow's wing beat overhead, the hush of wind moving through pines. She let her tail sway beneath her cloak, silent in rhythm with her breaths. Old instincts stirred, prowl, circle, guard. The mountain loomed distant but clear against the fading sky. Clouds gathered there, dark and swollen, rolling down its slopes like a tide. Their underbellies were bruised purple, shot through with streaks of sickly green as the setting sun bled against them. Storm. Kira's gaze lingered on the horizon. The wind carried a metallic scent, sharp and unnatural. Her claws flexed against her palms. She did not trust storms, not in these lands, where the rain sometimes burned and lightning split trees into charcoal husks. Returning to the campfire, she crouched low. The boy looked up, eyes sleepy but still curious. "Will you sit with us, Kira?" he asked softly. She almost said no. The word pressed against her tongue, heavy with habit. But the storm's growl rolled faintly across the mountain then, low and distant, and the boy's pendant glimmered faintly in the firelight. "For a little while," she said. Elias smiled, satisfied, leaned against her cloak as if she'd always belonged there. His mother glanced up at the sight, something conflicted flickering across her face. But she did not intervene. Above them, the first cold drops of rain. "Hey, Mackie." Above them, the first cold drops of rain began to fall through the branches. And in the distance, the storm swelled, crawling steadily closer from the mountain, as if the sky itself were preparing to test them. "It's all good. It's all good, hon. I figured you did. You need the sleep. You want me to read chapter 3? Okay, I will read chapter 3. Sorry. I'm glad you like it. Sorry, I'm just checking some socials. Da, 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 da. Chapter 3 is up on Archive of Our Own, just so you know. So, without further ado, Chapter 3, The Storm's Teeth. No, hold on, sorry. Alright, I'm going to read Chapter 3. We'll stop there for the night. Is that a deal, Mackie? Alright. Sit back and relax. Chapter 3, The Storm's Teeth. Dun, dun, dun. Sorry. The fire cracked and hissed, spitting sparks into the cooling air. Elias had long since fallen asleep against his mother's side, the pendant rising and falling with each soft breath. The woman kept an arm wrapped around him, her head bowed in half rest. Across the fire, the father sat awake, with his axe resting across his knees. His eyes never left the shadows beyond the ruined rest stop walls. Kira crouched opposite him, cloak drawn close, scythe balanced idly against her shoulder. The storm's first winds pressed through the pines, carrying the scent of iron and wet earth. Distant thunder muttered low against the mountainside. "You've been watching the clouds," the father said quietly, not looking at her. Kira's ears twitched beneath her hood. "Storm's close. Maybe an hour, maybe less." He grunted, gaze flickering towards the horizon, where black clouds had begun to swell. "Rain doesn't scare me." "Not the rain," Kira replied, her voice low, steady. She let the words hang long enough for the fire's crackle to fill the silence. Then, "Storms make good cover. That's when bandits like to strike." The man's grip on the axe handle tightened. He glanced at her finally, eyes narrowing. "You've seen it before." "Too many times," she said, her tail stirred beneath her cloak, a restless flick. Wind hides footsteps, thunder swallows shouts. Camps huddle close to their fires and never look up until it's too late. The fire popped sharply. For a heartbeat, the man's face hardened with suspicion, as though he wondered whether she spoke from the side of the hunted or the hunters. Kira tilted her head, amber eyes catching the light. "If they come, I'll hear them before you do. Keep your axe ready. I'll keep the boy breathing." Thunder rolled again, closer now, shaking the needles loose from the trees. The man said nothing more, but he didn't look away from her again, not for the rest of that long hour before the storm broke. The father's knuckles whitened around the axe handle as her words lingered in the firelight. "I'll keep the boy breathing." Why only the boy? Why not his wife? Why not him? His eyes narrowed as he studied her in silence. The hood shadowed most of her face, but he thought he saw a gleam of something wild in her gaze, a sharpness that didn't belong among weary wanderers. She hadn't asked for food. She hadn't asked for shelter. She hadn't asked for anything, and yet she gave the boy a trinket, spoke to him softly, almost tenderly. It didn't add up. He kept his act on his lap, fighting the weight dragging at his eyelids. Storm winds rattled through the trees, carrying the smell of rain and sap. His wife stirred once in her sleep, murmuring faintly as she pulled Elias tighter into her arms. The man forced himself awake to watch the stranger, but exhaustion claimed him, slow and heavy. His eyes closed at last, the axe sliding down to rest across his knees. Kira was alone again. The fire guttered low, licking at damp wood. Raindrops hissed as they struck the embers. The storm's belly swelled overhead, thunder crawling across the sky. She sat with her cloak drawn tight, claws pressed to her knees. Her ears twitched at every shift in the wind, every creak of trees. And then the voice came, curling through the back of her skull like smoke. Why do you keep them alive? Her breath caught. Why the boy of all things? He's weak, soft. A single snap of the neck and he'd be quiet. Easier than prey you've taken before. Her jaw tightened. She stared into flames, letting the smoke sting her eyes. They sleep so close, don't they? Mother, father, child. You could peel them apart. You could feed. You could remember what you are. No, she hissed under her breath. No. The voice was a snarl, sharp and amused. You were not made to guard. You were made to take, to carve, to laugh while they screamed. Her claws dug grooves into her knees through the cloak. Every step you walk beside them, you betray yourself. You think they'll trust you? Love you? Look at the man's eyes. He suspects. He fears. He waits for the mask to fall. Her tail lashed once, hidden in the dark. So why wait? Why keep easy prey alive when you could end the hunger now? Kira lowered her head, breathing hard, forcing the words out between clenched teeth. Because I said I would try. The fire sputtered. Rain began to fall in earnest, hissing against the earth, drowning her whisper. But the voice in her skull only laughed, low, cruel, endless. The storm came down in waves, rattling the ruined rest stop walls, snapping branches in the dark. Rain poured through cracks in the roof, dripping onto stone with hollow plinks. The fire sputtered, fought, and finally surrendered into a bed of glowing coals. The family slept close together, the father's axe still resting in his hands, even as his head bowed. The mother curled around Elias, the boy's pen glinting faintly with each rise and fall of his chest. And Kira kept her vigil. She prowled the edges of the ruined walls, her boots sinking into mud, ears twitching beneath her hood at every gust of wind. Lightning tore the sky open in ragged veins. Each time she froze, half expecting to see human shapes cut in silhouettes against the tree line. Each time, only rain and trees. The voice lingered with her. They are prey. They breathe because you allow it. And what will they do when they learn what you are? Kira pressed her claws into the wet stone, breathing through her teeth. Quiet. You think the boy's smile will last? That his gift will bind him to you? Wait until he sees your teeth in the dark. Wait until he sees what you do when the hunger twists your bones. She shook her head, rain plastering her hair to her cheeks. Not tonight. Not tonight, the voice echoed back, amused. But hunger does not wither. It waits. It festers. The storm raged. Hours crawled. Her body did not tire. Not in the way theirs did. But the gnawing in her chest grew heavier, a hollow ache that even the rain could not drown. At last the sky began to pale. The storm pulled itself eastward, leaving the forest soaked and dripping in silence. Mist clung low to the ground, curling through roots and broken concrete. The family stirred awake in the cold, damp, shivering as they pulled their blankets tight. Elias rubbed his eyes, pendant swinging as he sat up. The father whipped rainwater from his axe blade as he glanced at Kira, who had not moved from her post at the wall. Her eyes burned faintly in the dim light. He frowned, suspicion settling deeper into his lines. Kira turned her gaze toward the mist-choked forest. The storm had passed, yes, but in its wake, silence hung too heavy, too still. Something was out there, and it was waiting. The forest gave no warning, no snapped twig, no shifting shadow, only silence. Then a roar that shook the wet air like thunder reborn. The trees shuddered as something massive burrowed through the undergrowth. Branches cracked, mud flew, mist tore apart. It burst into the clearing. A bear, at least once it had been. Its pelt hung in slick patches, riddled with raw sores where flesh glowed faintly like embers. One foreleg bent at an unnatural angle, bones jutting through skin, and yet it moved with terrible strength. Its muzzle was split, jaw unhinged wider than it should, teeth grown long and jagged like shards of glass. The family screamed. The father lunged for his axe, dragging Elias and his wife behind him. The boy clutched his pendant, sobbing into her shoulder. Kira was already moving. Her cloak flew back as she kept between them and the beast, scythe flashing into her hands in one smooth motion. Her ears snapped forward, tail lashing, every ounce of her mass slipping as her body dropped low into a predator's stance. The bear charged. Its bulk slammed into the stone slab, shattering and crumbling the wall where the family had slept. Rainwater sprayed from its matted fur as it swung its head with a sound like grinding rocks. The stench of rot and chemical taint filled the clearing. Kira met it with steel, her scythe carved across its muzzle, tearing through ruined flesh, but the beast did not falter. Its roar became a scream, a sound both animal and wrong, echoing like a broken horn. She felt its strength shudder through the handle of it as its claws smashed against her guard. Mud splashed up around her boots. The weight of it drove her back, gouging roots into the soaked ground. Behind her, the father shouted, "Move!" But she did not yield. Lightning flickered again, not in the sky, but along the tree line. reflections of steel, eyes glinting. Figures crouched in the mist, half seen, watching, not helping. Bandits. They had come as she predicted, but they had not struck. They lingered, waiting, silent, letting the beast do the work. Kira's claws slipped against the wet shaft of her weapon. She snarled through gritted teeth, shoving back against the bear's weight, every muscle straining. The boy will die, the voice in her head whispered. You cannot protect them from this. You should feed. You should take what you can before the bandits finish what's left. Kira roared back, not words, but something primal, and drove her scythe upwards into the monster's throat. Blood, black and thick as tar, splashed across her face as the beast reeled. It staggered, gargling, its fury convulsed. The bandits waited in the mist. The bear lunged, and Kira stood between all of them. The storm's teeth not yet done. All right. Thank you, Mackie. That makes me really happy. So yeah, that's chapter 3. What'd you think of it? Thank you, Mackie. Means a lot. Building up the tension and I know you do, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, Mackie. Well, like I said, the chapter 3 is up on Archive of Our Own. So if you want, you can read it there. Or maybe one of these days I'll just let you read the whole document. I'll just share the Google Doc with you. Thank you. All right. And with that, I think I'm going to go to bed. It is 8:30. I am tired. Reading takes a lot out of me. I'm not going to lie. Until next time, have a great night, y'all. Get some sleep, Mackie. Okay? Yeah, you eat dinner and get some sleep, okay? Yeah, you do that. All right. I'll talk to you later, all right? Have a good night.